Hello everyone, this is Panzer J back with another video on my World War II collection. My first video I posted a few days ago, and that one dealt with some of the authentic World War II militaria that I own. If you haven't seen that yet, I encourage you to go back and take a look. Got some really interesting pieces in that video. In this video, I'm going to be looking at some of the 1x32 scale collection I have going. Figures, vehicles, and sets. And they're from the major companies, King & Country, Collector Showcase, First Legion, Thomas Gunn, a couple other companies. Really like the work all those companies do. Very historically accurate, from the weapons and the equipment, the vehicles, the color schemes, the paint jobs. Everything is really top-notch. Can be a little bit of expensive collection, but anybody interested in historically accurate World War II pieces, I encourage you to check out King & Country and Collector Showcase in particular. So we'll start out with a little bit of panorama here of the World War II collection itself. And as you can see, I am running out of room. We got some books that are piling up on the floor because I have no room on any of the shelves. So the shelves are all pretty much full. Really not room to like hang up anything. Luckily, I do own my own home, so I suppose if I want to, I can kind of expand into other areas of the house. But for now, my World War II collection is concentrated just in this one room. Again, a warning. This video is not meant to promote, agree with, condone any policies or practices of the Third Reich. It just happens to be one man's interest in military history, especially during that time period, with an emphasis on Germany. But again, we're not agreeing nor trying to promote any of the racist policies of the Third Reich. This entire collection that we're going to be looking at today is pieces all dealing with Germany pre-war and during the war. So again, no racist ideology here, just an interest in that time period. So the first piece we're going to be looking at is from Collector Showcase, and this is the front of the building, the front facade of the headquarters of the Leibstandarte SS Adolf Hitler, and that is in Berlin. And the Leibstandarte originally started out as a bodyguard for Adolf Hitler and grew from battalion to regiment at the beginning of World War II to a fully fledged Panzer division by 1943, and it was the first SS Panzer division, Leibstandarte SS Adolf Hitler. And this is this diorama that I've got set up in front of that building is a little bit of a military parade. And the figures are a combination of a couple of different companies, Collector Showcase and King & Country. There might be one other company represented as well in there. And if we kind of take a look at the building itself, we've got columns in the front with some flags draped down. We got the eagle atop the building along with two flags flying, a party flag and then a flag of the Leibstandarte itself. And it says Leibstandarte SS Adolf Hitler across the top of the columns there. And just on either side of the columns is a piece of facade of the front of the building. So very cool. And then down and back, we've got Hitler himself in brown party uniform giving the salute. And to his left is a black uniformed SS officer, and that is supposed to be Foreign Minister von Ribbentrop. On either side of them is an officer, sword in hand, at the ready. And then back in front of each of the columns is a black uniformed SS soldier, rifle in hand, standing at attention. If you can kind of zoom in a little bit and take a look at some of the detail. Very much representative of what these uniforms would have looked like, as well as the equipment, any weapons they might be carrying. All very well done. And then at the front of the column here, we have an officer marching again in a black SS uniform. We got two flag bearers behind him. Now, one of those is a Collector's Showcase, and the other is a King and Country figure. And again, if we kind of zoom in a little bit and take a look, love the detail. And then we've got two columns, 5 guys each, in black SS uniform marching, rifle in hand. And that's all the same figure. I just happened to get 10 of that one figure so that I could flesh out this diorama. This is kind of the idea I had in mind when I saw the Leibstandarte set for sale, was to do a kind of military parade cut type display. And then in the back of the column, we've got 4 motorcycle riders, again in black SS uniform, 2 by 2. And again, if you look at the detail, very well done. And that's pretty much the Leibstandarte display with military parade and Hitler and von Ribbentrop reviewing the troops. Our second display is going to be of the Berghof, which was Hitler's Bavarian Alps residence, his retreat in the Bavarian Alps. Between the Berghof and his Wolf's Lair headquarters in East Prussia, that's where he spent the majority of his time during World War II, was at one of those two places. And this set is again from Collector's Showcase, and this is the terrace from the Berghof. And then above the Berghof, higher up the mountainside, would have sat the Eagle's Nest, which was Hitler's tea house that Martin Bormann built for him prior to the war. Hitler actually did not spend a lot of time at the Eagle's Nest. I think only around a dozen occasions, maybe. Most of his time would have been spent at the Berghof itself. And if we kind of zoom in a little bit here, you got a facade to a section of the Berghof with a flag flying, flag draped down. And then for some of the figures, we've got Hitler in white summer uniform with the ever loyal Blondie at his side, his German Shepherd. Eva Braun off to his right. And then we've got Heinrich Himmler and Reinhard Heydrich, both in white summer uniform, in conversation. And then we have a couple of SS waiters, again in white formal attire. We got a table and 4-chair set, and then a lounge chair in the back. We get a little closer here. Again, you can kind of take a look at the detail. Just like all of Collector's Showcase stuff. Very well done. Our third piece that we're looking at is Hitler's office in the Reichs Chancellery in Berlin. And this was the new Reichs Chancellery that was built and completed prior to the start of World War II. And we've got Hitler seated at his desk. And we've got the Reichsmarshal, Hermann Goering, off to his left. And then we've got a brown uniformed SS official reporting to Hitler, and that is supposed to be Robert Ley. And then in the background by the door, we've got two black uniformed SS soldiers at attention with a rifle. And again, if you look at some of the detail on the desk, telephone, a couple stacks of papers and books, all really well done. A coat of arms above the door. And then off to this side, we've got window view. So again, a really nice piece. And this is also from Collector's Showcase as well. And the final piece that we're looking at today will be from King and Country. And that's over here. Now this is a reviewing stand. Supposed to be from Nuremberg. So you can picture this being used at like a party rally. The columns in the back with the eagles, that didn't go with this set. Those were purchased separately, but I just put them with this one. And on top of the reviewing stand, we've got a couple of SS officers flanking on either side. And then we've got Goering in the middle, off to the right, Himmler off to the left, saluting, and then an SS officer in the middle saluting. And that is supposed to be von Ribbentrop again. And this set is from King and Country. Nice reviewing stand. And then the rest of this stuff wasn't part of the display. It's something I've added. Off to the left down here, we've got a couple of black uniformed SS soldiers at attention with the Minister of Propaganda, Josef Goebbels, at a microphone, giving out a speech to the soldiers who are marching by in column. Again, we got an officer in front saluting, a flag bearer, and then several soldiers marching behind. And that set again is from King and Country. But as you can tell, if you zoom in a little bit on some of the pieces, the detail is just as good as from Collector's Showcase. From the uniform and the equipment, even their collar tabs, if you look at their collar tabs a little bit, even that, the armbands, everything is top notch. So those are the 4 displays in the 1x32 scale to show you today. Future videos will cover the rest because, as you saw from the curio cabinets, there's a lot more figures and vehicles on display in here. This video just wanted to cover the sets themselves. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back soon with a video to cover the rest of the 1x32 scale figures and vehicles that I have. Take care, and we'll see you soon.